Hello people, this is Vendetta and we are going to be in stage 1 and we're going to be looking at me and Dalay or Jake Dalay, damn I can't even remember, and we've also then got 25 and Zackwheat. Yeah, it's Jake Dalay. I always get confused, is it Jake Dalay or Jason Dalay? Obviously I'm getting it right with the Jake. So I seem to be pumped on drugs this morning, and it's going to be on Ubayu Onzen, and I think I'm playing the Tokawaga, and Jake Dalay is playing the US Segi clan. Jake Dalay is one of my new buddies from the US of A, and yeah, at the time playing this, he was a fairly new player to online Avatar. Obviously, a lot of these players who do only recently come online have been playing Total War for many years. But you know, obviously online is pretty daunting, and they haven't really gone on it. So he is playing the Yosegi, and he has brought with him 4 Boa Shigaru, 4 Yari Ashigaru, 2 Warrior Monk units, Katana Samurai, Yosegi Kenshin, Light Cav, Light Cav, and I think that's it for his cavalry component. And then he's also got some Kisho Ninja hiding in the background. That's very, very shady Jake Dalay. I, on the other hand, have bought 2 Great Guard units. I do have a ninja unit hiding in here at the moment. The only reason we can't see that is because I'm pro and basically all my ninjas are kick-ass and better than everyone else's. No, I'm just joking, obviously. We're obviously viewing the video from Jason Dalay's point of view, so he wouldn't have seen these guys at the time. So we've got, I think, 3... No, sorry, I've got 2 Yari Ash, I didn't even know what I brung. And then I've got 5 Nodachi Samurai. So that's mainly just for the heavy sword impact and for the overwhelming numbers. Then I've got Tokiwaga Ieyasu. So that's going to be my Japanese lingo for today. And we'll put it in fast forward because these armies are pretty spread out. And the key buildings are going to be Sword Dojo and Archery Dojo. Wow, I'm pumped on drugs. So that was a very, very quick overview. Normally it takes me about 6 minutes to bloody talk about all the units in the game. But yeah, I mean, this should be interesting. So my cavalry component should easily be able to wipe us aside. Because Great Guard, as we saw from Belroy... No, it wasn't Belroy's, it was... Oh, damn, I can't even remember now. Oh no, I think that's the next battle. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I think it's the next battle. But as we'll see, Great Guard are a very, very good counter to Light Cav, because obviously, you know, the stats are pretty different, and Light Cav will wipe Light Cav from the field, which means I will be able to get some good hammer and anvils in. Now, Jake Dalay. Damn, I was playing Daisy with him the other day, and I can't even say his name. So Dalay. I'll just say Dalay. So Dalay is bringing some Yari units onto this flank. It's a bad idea. He wants to keep them with his army, and I do spot his ninjas at this point. He ninja bombs the shit out of my general, and I'm going to have to run away and deal with him. And then we've just got one little ninja running away. Meanwhile, on this side, he's still extending this line, but he does manage to pull them back out for a new box. This is good, but you always have to have your, you know, spear units behind your army, because that's really... You know, that's the best way, and you can maneuver your units around if if their cavalry is getting a little bit too fancy and micro, and it does manage to put down one of my Great Guard, which isn't going to be too great for me. I mean, just looking at it from this instance, this is looking incredibly appetizing to my Great Guard. Nice soft target of Katana infantry. I'm going to be microing, but I do have to remember that he has got some Boa Shigaru, which means I won't be able to get too close, and I will have to be careful where I move. So I'll put into play, bang, the ninjas pop out of their stealth mode, and they just begin to mince up these Katana Samurai. I actually had 2 units of these guys, I didn't even realise. So they're going to mince up the Arashigaru there. I do take my cavalry around the side. I take this one into these bow units because I think he's feeling a little bit vacant. I do pull off the Ariash because I don't want those guys interfering with the charge of the Nodachis, and I do instead pull them off onto this flank where all of his light cavalry are, and I will get a nice clean charge off into these Yariash from Nodachi units. I put them all into Banzai, obviously, and this Yariash is going to quickly break, and that's immediately opened up his center. It means I can just shoot through, and then I can kind of come back round onto his line. This unit of Katana Samurai is already down by below half strength. Same with this one, so it's not looking too great for him. I'm trying to micro my cav around a little bit. He does manage to catch my Great Guard with his, I think, warrior monks. Yep. But unfortunately, it does leave him with a huge gap in his back line, to which I will take full advantage of. And I don't put my units in wedge formation, I put them into a nice long, straight extended line, something that I will be going over into the LT series. And I give his general Yuaseki Kenshin a good battering. And now he's just completely sandwiched between all of my troops. He will shatter and break, and all of his units will ensue. So that was a good game. It was tough. I mean, you know, it seems pretty quick looking at it from this perspective, but trust me, it actually went on for quite a bit. Because obviously we did fast forward, and I was sat up here thinking, what the effing and Jane do I do here? And he is going to pop off a war cry, but unfortunately it's a little bit too late, and my units have already got up to the green bar of morale. So I was sitting up here thinking, oh, what am I going to do? Because I mean, it wasn't like an easy army to just go in and destroy. You know, obviously. You know, he did have a very sizable army, and there was a certain way I had to approach it. But yeah, let's go into the stats. So here we are at the results screen. As you can see, he did bring about 600 more men than me. Oh, no, yeah, that was 600. But I did manage to capitalise and get a lot more kills in him. So obviously the ninjas were definitely a good opener. They managed to chomp down his defence quickly enough for my Nodachi to swoop in and break his lines quickly. And unfortunately for him, his general actually got a lot of kills. And he did have a Kisho Ninja, as I said before, and he did manage to take out a sizable amount of my general, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough for him to win the day. His downfall was probably he needs to put those Yariash in Spearwall, which, you know, if you watch the LT about spears, then in Legendary Tactics about spears, then obviously you'll now know that Yariash should always be put in their spear wall. That would have countered the yeah, it would have countered the ninja kind of charge, if you like. So that's just something to bear in mind. But as a GG to Dalay, and we'll go on to the next battle, which will be between Zackwheat and 25. So as soon as we can find it, I've got so many battles on here, it's ridiculous. Was it 25? Yep, that's the Badger. So, we have got 25. He is German, as I'm led to believe. There's a lot of Germans who love their gaming. And we've got Zackwheat, who is actually one of Dalay's friends. And I think at the time of playing, he was also reasonably new to the Avatar online mode. But that shall not hinder him, as he will still play a German, which is by no small feat. And yeah, I mean, the Owl Ridge Pass. I'm trying to remember this battle, this kind of map. But, oh, I think I remember this battle, actually, as it was a while ago. I did actually watch it. So, oh, dang, it's 25 as the Tokugawa. That's it. That's what I was thinking, mental block. So he's got some Matchlock Ashigara up front. He's then got 3 Yariash. He's then got 2 Naginata Samurai, 3 Katana Samurai, and a Naginata Samurai at the back. He has his general. And then he's got, I think, Great Guard unit, Light Cav, and Yari Cav, and another Light Guard unit, Light Cav. Oh my goodness. And then over on 25 sides, he has got some Bow Monks. He's then also got, I think, 4 Nodachi, a Yari Sam, Date Masamun, and he's also got 2 Light Cav, and he's got a further 2 Light Cav hidden in the corner. Let's get kicking into the battle. So, things to talk about. Yeah, I'm sorry that I didn't manage to pull off as many BBB replays sooner, because as I said, I did have some college work to get on with, but it's all up and running now, and I did just want to go into a little bit more depth. So I will be trying to release these battles Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I might maybe do some battles in between, but it's probably unlikely. But those will be kind of your main times you can go on Legendary Vendetta channel, and you can just watch some battles, maybe some tactics. I'm still undecided what kind of themes though I'm going to be running with these days. You know, I mean, Monday probably will just be Legendary Tactics, or it will just be a battle replay, and same for all the others. But I want one day specifically for Legendary Tactics, and it'll probably be a release of kind of just one sort of tactic per week, if you like, or one analytical battle for a week, or it's going to be one live battle for a week, for example. I might do a 2v2 day or a 1v1 day, But primarily I want to do one of my battles and then one of your battles that you send in to me, because I think that's kind of the best way to do it. I do also need to reform my my channel, because the channel at the moment is an absolute mess. I've got videos left, right and centre, and I really need to kind of sort them out into their playlists and categories. But yeah, that's kind of things to say. I do want to go out and clear a lot of, just kind of clear up a lot of battles and videos which I want to make and I haven't had the time to. So I have got some battles that you guys have sent me, but I've also got legendary tactics stuff I need to finish off, such as bow units, and I've also got the unit upgrades to come as well, and then we'll start going into the analytics. So I really want to be doing the kind of, the unit upgrades and the bow units. I'll bring them out immediately, and then we can start going into live battles. I might just do a live battle randomly. So there should be a lot of content out this week and the beginning of next week, and I'm also working on the cinematic for Commentaries. Anyway, so let's look at the battle. We finally have actually made a move, and 25 is going to position himself on top of this hill. This is a bad position for Zackwheat to be in, because obviously he has got sword units at the bottom of this hill, and if they get charged, they're going to have a lot of casualties. So it looks like Zackwheat's light cav is going to be caught unprepared here by the light cav and Yara cav of 25. And they're trying to make an escape, but unfortunately they're going to get chomped down by these these Matchlock Ashigaru. But even so, because Matchlock Ashigaru is so crap, they do manage to almost get a death there. Really, this is going to be pretty hard for Zackwheat, because obviously 25 has got Great Guard, as I was mentioning in the previous video. Great Guard versus Light Cav, it's a no-brainer. Of course, Great Guard are going to win. So, if I'm perfectly honest, I think Zackwheat should take his guys off their horses, so they act more as kind of Yari infantry, so spear infantry, to counter any charges. He also needs to pull these units to the side, to the back, so he can support any charges. Maybe even extend these guys out a little bit more, which would force 25 to obviously extend his army. Any other things that I could kind of quote on here? He's going to charge in the light cav again, as I said. Probably should be taking these guys into their kind of infantry status, because then they'll be able to counter infantry a lot more. That's another thing I'll bring out when I'm talking in the LT series about cavalry. Sometimes it is just best to dismount your troops, because they can fend off other cavalry. Obviously only Yari cav or kind of spear cavalry, like Great Guard or Fire cav, or so they sometimes are just the best option to just sit down on the floor and poke at some horses. So it looks like 25 is going to charge, and this is not going to look good for 25. No, sorry, for Zackwheat, because 25 has just charged all of his Yari Ash straight into these Nodachi. These Nodachi were stood still, their melee defense is 2, and they should get ripped up pretty quickly. But of course, these are Yari Ash, so it probably would have been better to do it with a Naginata Samurai, but nonetheless, it's still a good idea, because if the Nodachi did charge uphill to the Yari Ash would have taken the charge rather than 25's best units. So it looks like 25 is cleaned up in the backfield, and he will be able to turn his attention onto the backs of Zackwheat's army. And these Nodachi are going to get charged. Again, you have to make sure these guys do the charging. Can't stress that enough. If you haven't seen that LT video about swords, it does mention it in that. And there is also a perfect example from one of Surav's battles. He's doing pretty well though, 25. I wouldn't. Now, a lot of people do put their cavalry in the wedge formation. I wouldn't advocate this. Again, it will come up in one of the LT videos that you really should be putting these guys into nice long extended lines, unless you want to be breaking through thin layers of spears. Then you want to have the wedge formation. Anyway, so it looks like we have had a bit of a grind out battle here. Unfortunately for Zackwheat, it looks like his army's suffering a bit of a morale detriment. 25 has set up some of his matchlocks on the hill, and he will be firing into the flank, and it looks like we have a chain route going, and even these Naginata Samurai feel like they've been left out for too long, and they're going to be charging in as well. So there goes the Yari Samurai, and unfortunately for Zackwheat, he does lose this battle, but GG to him anyway. It was a good attempt, and let's go into the results screen. So here we are on the results screen, and as you can see, 25 did bring about 300 more troops than Zackwheat. Yet they did manage to get roughly the same amount of kills, so it was still a very, very valiant effort by Zackwheat there. Still managed to almost get the same amount of kills as 25, even with less men. So let's see what 25 brang. So the Great Guard did very well. That's, again, a no-brainer against Light Cav. But the Katana Samurai were really the ones that cleaned house for him. Even the Matchlock Ashigari did get 40-odd kills. And the Bow Monks did very well. I think it was at the beginning when they were shooting uphill, but unfortunately I think they did get caught in the middle of the grind-out match. And the Nodachi did very well, even though they did get charged. And I didn't even realise he had a Katana hero. I'm not sure if I pointed that out or not, but even he did pretty decently. He managed to double his capital, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you've enjoyed the tournament so far, and bye for now. Keep tuned for some more videos.